Welcome to HipHopGems TV. Today, on episode 6, we got the one and only Chyna Streetz in the building. About to let us know about her new EP, future plans she got for 2022, and amongst other things. Gems about to be definitely dropped this evening. Y'all stay locked in, tap in. Like I said, maybe we only fuck with the truest, the purest, the artistic level shit at a high level here at HSG TV. Y'all lock in, man. Let's go.
HipHopGems TV. We are here today. This episode 6. We are here today with the one and only Chyna motherfucking Streetz.
Hey y'all.
How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain.
That is beautiful. The energy, I feel it.
Thank you.
The energy is directing off. I feel it. So tell us about Chyna Streetz. Tell us about your background, where you're from. You don't got to get into huge details, but little things here and there.
Chyna Streetz is an entity. Chyna Streetz is like, Chyna Streetz is a voice for the people that don't speak up for themselves. Chyna Streetz is like me as a person. I'm just mad cool, I fucks with who fucks with me, and, I keep my energy, real good. I talk to God, Me and God have real good conversations, so I be chilling. Where I'm from, Brooklyn, Queens, both. I grew up out in Queens for the most part, I lived in Brooklyn for, it's kind of weird. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain that, right? But, so I'm a New York City girl, born and raised, point blank, period. I see what else. Just, Chyna Streetz as an artist, just, she's one of them ones,
Mm-hmm. I got you. I see where you're going with that. What was your early inspirations into hip-hop?
Shit. I was having this conversation a while ago. Like, that shit changes all the time. Like, it doesn't really, like, stay the same. But early on, I have to give it up to, like, Lil' Kim. Like, she's the fucking truth. Like, a lot of people don't want to give her props. Like, she's the innovator of this shit. Like, and I'm not taking away from those that came before her that actually started it. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about, like, she's the fucking blueprint. She's literally the blueprint, like, of a female rapper. Like she's the embodiment of a female rapper in that aspect. But on the same token, Lauryn Hill plays a major role in, like, my rap.
Yeah,
like, I don't know how to put that, but, like, yeah, like, she's another, like, influence there.
Mm-hmm. So coming up, so though you would say those two artists were the ones that you was, like, really listening to?
Well, as far as, like, rap, for female rap, and I listen to them all. Like, I'm not partial. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like you got to pick and choose, like, who, what side you want or who you like as, because that's another thing, like, with female rap. Like, they always try to, like, pit us against each other, like, in some type of, like, clusterfuck or whatever. Like, I hate that shit. So
that, because we're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to definitely get into that.
But, I listen to, like, Sade, Prince, DMX, rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
And all the dope people that was making dope music back then, Nas, Jay-Z, like, like, I had all the dope influences. I got lucky. I came up in a good time,
I would say probably one of the golden eras.
Yeah, like, I got to experience that firsthand. Like, I got to experience music like that firsthand. So.
Absolutely. So how would you say would you say a lot of those rappers influence your style of hip-hop?
Absolutely, yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, this is the thing. If you can't be inspired, what are you creating? Because there's nothing new under the sun. It's just how you choose to convey it. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you say, like, oh, I just brainstormed this by myself, but I could literally see XYZ's blueprint in your work. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. But, everybody displays it differently. So, when people speak on, like, their influences or, like, where they get their inspiration from, it's dope to hear. But, like, I feel like everybody gets inspired by somebody else.
Good point. That's a good point. I feel like, to a degree, like, yo, you definitely, like, owned your own space. You've carved out your own lane for yourself. How would you say that, how would you say that you developed that as far as, like, carving that lane for yourself? Because back to... We can now get into it actually. Okay. Female MCs and how the box that they try to put many of you guys in, how would you say that you carved your lane for yourself within that box there?
Life experiences. Like, nobody's lived my life, you know. You can be inspired by somebody, but that doesn't mean you guys have the same experiences.
Gotcha.
So, you know, the way I was able to make my music mine was literally, you know, my life experiences, the things that I've been through, the things that I went through growing up, or, you know, just living my life as an adult, like as a woman. Like, a man can't tell my story because he doesn't know how to live as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't tell a man's story because I haven't lived as a man, you know. So as a female rapper, you know, there's certain things that as a woman I can convey that sounds way better than somebody writing it for me.
Got you on that one. How would you say, as far as the term female MC, because like we about to dive into that, me personally, I feel like that's a stupid ass term, because I don't think we go around calling men MCs
Male
or
MCs.
male MCs.
You know, I'm one of them people that started that whole fucking controversy, and I'm gonna just say that on camera. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, why the fuck are, like, nobody, okay, here's my thing, right? If we're gonna differentiate, it's like, okay, female MC, whatever. We know, you know. But on the same token, it's like, why is it separated? Why does it become separated? Because if you look at the Grammys or anything, when you go for these awards, they're all in the same category. You might have best male, best female, but I think that's more like R&B and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or best female hip hop. I mean, yeah, they got that shit, whatever. But like, you know, I don't understand like why it's separated. Now, if you're separating it to celebrate it, that's cool. But talent is talent. At the end of the day, I've seen some women that can spit better than a lot of dudes, and it gets really confusing to me when it's like, or even like when people ask me, you know, about my talents, and they ask, like, I've had some really disgusting experiences being a rapper, you know, that I just be like, seriously, did you really ask me that shit?
Okay. I mean, you ain't gotta like go into detail.
I
but
can't.
like,
I don't give a fuck.
all right, so how disgusting would you say, as far as like some of the shit you heard is like being a female rapper or being an MC?
Well, I write dope music. So the first thing they'll do is like, damn, yo, Rome, you wrote a good song for her.
You've heard that before?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. And it's disrespectful to my pen. It's disrespectful to my intelligence as a person regularly. And it's disrespectful to my pen because what the fuck makes you think I can't write? Like, what? Like, okay, let's just say this, right? A lot of people follow me on social media, right? And they like my posts, my statuses, and all that shit, right? So if I could write a post that's thought-provoking, what the fuck makes you think I can't write a song that's thought-provoking? Like, it's crazy. Like, and think about it. Think about all these women that are in office, that write thesis statements, that are doctors and lawyers. They have to write to get in these positions. So what makes you think that a woman is not capable of writing on her own? I don't get it.
I think it's it's very ignorant.
Extremely.
Two, there's this like unannounced fucking like male gatekeeper for hip hop, and it's like, who appointed these motherfuckers to even give a nigga like that stamp?
But
like,
you know what? On the flip side, I think now the narrative has changed a little bit because this is years of shit that I've been through. You know what I mean? That I'm talking about. On the flip side, I think within the last 2-3 years, there has been like this like feminine energy emerging. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's being pushed now. Like, now they want to see the women rap. Like, now they care about women actually like rapping, and it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm actually happy because it actually shows like, yeah, like, duh, we've been doing this shit. Y'all just been sleeping on us because you think that these motherfuckers, because they got dicks, is better. Like,
right.
Like, the fuck?
And then it's also, I mean, I know one thing I observe is if you're a female, if you're a rapper.
No, you can say it.
I'm being respectful of the
No,
space.
it's cool.
But
I get it.
if you're a female MC and and you kick some street shit, you get clowned or like belittled. It's like, oh nah, you ain't do that. That's impossible. Or if you do like I'm gonna just put it on the record, but like I know some females is harder than a lot of niggas. Shout out my fucking wife. So I'm gonna just
shout out to her.
I'm gonna just let that. I'm gonna just put that right there. But again, yeah. So if you rapping about street shit, there's that fucking asterisk. Like, oh, nah, that can't be. And then if you rapping about pussy popping or some fly shit, you got niggas telling you like, well, you need to lady up or you need to act like a lady, like, and it's like, who gave you niggas the audacity? Like, how does that?
I've been trying to figure that shit out for years. You got me be asking me that question because I don't fucking know. Like, I'm serious. Like, I've been trying to figure that out for years. Like, not to blow it up, but I have a song where I speak on that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's on the album, not the EP that I'm about to drop. That's on the album that I'm about to drop right after the EP. So yeah. But I just always wanted to know, like, why is it a problem? Like, why is women's subject matter policed? Like what the hell? Like, when did we have like categories of what women should rap about? Like, we're women. Like, if I want to talk about my pussy today, I'm going to talk about my pussy today because that's what's on my brain today. Like, you can hear a man say he got head in the back of a truck. He been fucking 10 bitches at the same time, and they all friends or sisters or cousins, and he had one last night, he got one tomorrow, and he's talking literally about sex and having sex with people and having oral sex and all this other fucking shit. But the minute I'm like, yeah, that nigga ate my pussy, it's like, why would you say that?
Right.
Why did you say that? How dare you?
Right.
What you mean he ate your pussy? Don't say that. You know, and it's like, what the fuck you mean? Like, he did. Nigga ate my pussy. What the fuck? Like, all right, I want to write it that way. Now, like I said, I don't police nobody's bars. At the end of the day, if that's what you want to talk about, that's what you want to talk about. I'm turning up to the niggas, fucking 10 bitches, and I'm turning up to the bitches getting their pussy ate. Why? Because it's fun music. I think when people make good music, they make good music, no matter what the subject matter is. I think if your music isn't, you know. And then that's another thing, because everybody's allowed to like what they like. So you can't really say somebody's music is whack. It's just not your tea. You know what I mean? Like, I've where I'm at in music, I can say that now. Maybe a couple of years ago I wasn't as mature and didn't give a fuck. I might have said some crazy shit. But, like, you know, now, if you like it, I love it. Fuck it. I don't got to listen to that shit. Like, that's what earpods are for.
Right. It's also artistic expression. So it's like,
absolutely.
You know, I mean, we get it, you know, artists to be judged or however you perceive art is entirely, you know, one's view, right? But it's just the disrespect for me, you know, the lack of knowledge or even just the lack of even like just trying to.
I don't even think it's lack of knowledge half the time. I just think it's just the easy thing to say to rule it out. You know, I don't even think that it's a care or concern. I just think it's more like a shutdown.
Right.
Like, it's not. Like, I don't even think they give the music a chance half the time. I think they hear, like, pussy, and then they be like, oh, my God, turn that shit off. You understand what I'm saying? No pun intended. But, like, you know, they'll be like, yo, another bitch rapping about a pussy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, okay, she's rapping about her pussy. She's a woman. She has a pussy. Let her talk about it. That's what she want to talk about. Let her talk about it. Is the song good?
Right.
Is the song fucking good? Oh, the song's good. Oh, okay, so shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I look at it.
Do you feel like there's been like a little bit of a new wave of women empowerment though in hip hop with a lot of, because you still got a lot of women that are like speaking up and, you know, talking about boundaries amongst male artists or even just like I guess that goes with boundaries like professionalism in like, you know, workspaces. Would you say that there's enough now like of women speaking up on that?
Well, I think that it's being spoke about because it can finally be spoke on. Like, I feel like before there weren't as many outlets to speak on these things, and women just had to kind of, like, deal to get where they wanted to go, and some people were with it and some people weren't, you know. But now, with the way social media is, you don't really have to, like, if you know how to work the system, you don't really have to do too much. You don't really have to interact with people. You don't. You don't have to interact with people you don't want to interact with. And if you do, you know, it's for limited times, you know, but especially with me, like, I don't be bothered with the bullshit.
Right.
So.
You're very vocal, too.
Yeah, you're not about to shut me up. No, for what? For what? Listen, I fought to get here. You understand what I'm saying? With my energy, I fought in life to be where I am, to be as happy as I am. I'm not about to let you come in my space and destroy that.
Right.
You can't throw me off my shit with that. Like, now if you fuck up my money, we might have a different story. But other than that, you know, people with that funny style shit, you know, that fake gatekeeping, like, oh yeah, you know, if you don't suck my dick, I'm not gonna give you a record. Bitch, I write. Like,
and I might rap, and I write better than you.
9 out of 10, yeah.
Right. I just feel like that shit is just, it's been an ongoing thing. I mean, hip-hop
but it's
was
been
just,
like that. But then you gotta look at it like this, right? If you keep it on hip hop, that's always been the dynamic.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Right, but then on the flip side, if you think about life, that's that's always been the dynamic. Like, you gotta remember, women just got around to, like, being able to buy stuff on their own and whatnot. Like, we actually are finally thriving on our own and able to maneuver on our own. There's a lot of women that still have an old school mentality. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's a transition that's going on right now that everybody's getting, you know, acclimated to. It's not just hip hop, although hip hop happens to be the driving force. I think it's all around.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I think that women are now, like, finally getting into a space where it's like, we can do just as much shit, if not better.
The doors are wide open now. You know, before it was like, okay, does she look right?
Right.
Okay, we'll let her in. Oh, you don't fit the protocol. No, you gotta go.
Right.
You know, like it's a club or some shit.
Yeah. And who was the one making those calls? That's men. That's men.
Of course.
That's men making those calls on.
You know.
Again, back to fake gatekeeping.
Listen. It's real. It's a real thing. You know. I'm just mouthy. So, you know, the people that fuck with me, and the ones that don't, might be a door closed on me, but, you know, I maneuver the way I maneuver, so it's not really a bad thing for me.
You feel like you've broken down a lot of barriers, though?
Not yet. Not the way I wanted to. I feel like I still got a long way to go because I haven't really, like, put my foot in people's asses the way that I wanted to yet.
Right.
Like, I feel like this EP and this album is really gonna kind of, like, set the tone and give everybody, like, okay, Chyna.
Right.
You know, not saying I haven't before, but, you know, my own personal recognition.
Right.
You know.
Let's get into the EP.
All right, let's get into it.
Heard it. Love it.
Good.
I feel like you were in a very creatively different, I love rap space is what I got from that.
I do.
Someone who woke up and was just like, yo, I'm loving this rap shit. This is what I want to get up and do. Inspiration to write again. How did you, cause I know you took a brief hiatus. So how did you get to that point to want to even, like, write again and do this EP shit?
Well, the EP came from just, like, my own shit, you know, just feeling like, yo, why the fuck did I take a hiatus? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm good at this shit. The fuck am I doing, you know? And I feel like people are too afraid to admit that. Sometimes, yeah, you do need a mental health break, you know, for whatever reasons. It's nobody's business, you know. But for me, like, it was just, you know, the world changed. The world fucking changed a lot, you know. After my last project dropped, my brother had passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay. He's in a better place now. You know, energy never dies, so you can't look at it as a loss. I got an angel with me at all times. My ancestors is gangsters, you know what I mean? Like, so, but at that particular time, I wasn't able to say that, you know what I mean? Because he was the first person to put me on the stage, first person to believe in me musically, you know. And that was like a big blow to me, you know what I mean? Because he was supposed to be with me on this journey, and like now he's not there. So I kind of was in a funny space when it came to like music, like, you know, and everybody around me, they was like trying to cheer me on, but I don't think they understood that I was like going yeah, like I was grieving, but it wasn't like grief in like a sadness. It was just like I was just all over the place. Like I just was like going with the flow with everything, you know. But then, you know, I started to see certain things transpiring around me, you know, and it kind of woke me back up like, bitch, get in the game. What the fuck is you doing, you know? Right. What the fuck are you doing? Right. Like, come on, we rooting for you. Mm-hmm. Like, my fans was like, bitch, where's the music? And I'm like, I was having a Rihanna moment. Like, don't ask me. Like, bitch, you posting pictures. Where's the fucking music at? Right. And I'm like, you right? They're like, bitch, you on trips and shit. Where's the fucking music? I'm telling you, every time I post some shit that has nothing to do with my music, I get at least a good 10 DMs like, bitch, where's the music? Like, does that make you feel good, or is that makes me feel good, because at the end of the day, who's gonna ask for music if they don't like that shit? Right. Like, at the end of the day, if people asking for it, that means they fucks with you, they like you. So what the fuck are you doing? Like, I looked at it like this. I felt like I wasn't taking advantage of the opportunity that I had, and so many people aspire to be where I am that the fucking nerve in me not to do what God called me to do. Right. And so I got back in the game
with a bang. Listen, I want to say, because although like lyrically he was talking on the EP, but also God was somebody who was talking that shit as far as like he was in a different bag as far as cocky bag. Like, yo, I'm here, and y'all rap bitches is just take a back seat.
I mean, yeah. Like, that's I had to give it from all angles, you know what I mean? Like, don't just put me in this one ass category, because I could take it there if need be, you know what I mean? But like, I'll be on my peace and harmony and chakra loving shit, you know what I mean? Like, personally, not rap wise, but personally, that's what I be on, you know? So it's like, you know, when I wrote the EP, I was going through a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And I didn't really have anywhere to take it out on, so I just took that shit out on the beats, you know?
And Wavy did the whole thing.
Yeah, Wavy produced the whole thing. Shout out to Wavy the guy, like, beast. It's a beast right there.
Love y'all two together.
Listen, I do too. You
felt it.
I do too. Like, yeah, and that was another thing that sparked it. You know, I can't take that part away from it. Wavy was sending me beat packs after beat packs after beat packs, and like, he didn't miss. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he didn't miss with me, at least I could say. You know, he didn't miss. Like, he did not miss, and I was just feeling that shit. Like, I was feeling it. Like, yo, I got something for that. I got something for that. I got something for that. I put all them shits in the folder and just attacked them shits like one after the other. And I let him hear. He was like, Chyna, come on, son. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's fire. Like, come on. So, you know, shout out to Wavy the God. It's my guy.
What can we expect from now? Well, actually, we know what to expect from this EP. But what can we expect from this album coming out later? And we ain't gonna get into release dates. We just want to know.
No. So the album. What I'm gonna say is, if you like the EP, you're gonna love the album, because it's all over the place. Like it's everything that you want to hear from Chyna Streetz. Everything that you've heard from me before, you know, it's just on a level times 10. You know what I mean? The creativity, the subject matter, the storylines. I get everything. Like, I ain't gonna blow it up too much, but you know, I definitely took it there. Okay.
Who now? Is it, you got a lot of mixed producers, or you got just one?
Now I have a lot of mixed producers on it. Wavy's on it. The Artivist. Shout out to the Artivist. You know, he produced on it. The Standouts.
Shout out to Standouts.
Future Wave.
Okay.
Let's see who else is on it. Sibs Rock. And that's all I'm giving y'all for now.
Okay. Damn,
it's one more, but I'm not giving that.
I was about to ask any features on it. Whose features on it?
Oh, there's features on it, but I can't drop the features. I'm gonna give you one feature. The feature on it you know, because I like to pull people. I felt like I pulled myself up, so I decided to pull some other fandoms that haven't been around, you know, but they're like fan favorites. So I'm not gonna spill that tea, but definitely I have Oxidon on it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my brother. Shout out to Bad Influence.
Ox,
you know.
man. Ox is fucking nice, man.
Y'all, that's the only
Ox,
feature
man.
y'all gonna get out of my mouth. The other three, y'all, I can't tell y'all.
Ox gotta come up here. Yo. I fucks with Ox, man.
Definitely. Listen, line that up ASAP.
Hey, I gotta get Ox up here, man.
That's a fact.
You got a name? Well, what's the name of the EP?
The EP is called Hourglass.
Hourglass. Okay. Why Hourglass?
Because it was time. It was time. That's it. Like, I felt like, you know, I was running out of time. So, you know, and I don't know. I just like hourglasses. I think them shits, like, I just think them shits is fire. Like, you know, they come in different shapes. And, like, but the concept of it is, like, you know you want a clock. Like, get it done. Like, life is short, you know. You here today, going tomorrow. Like I said, how dare I take advantage of this gift that God gave me to make music? Like, time waits for no one. Put that shit the fuck out. Like, you can sit there and me, I got perfectionist issues. So, like, y'all see me, I'm sitting here brushing my hair every 5 seconds, pushing this shit over here. Like, I do that. Like, it's my thing. Like, I'm not afraid to admit, like, my imperfections. Like, yes, I'm a perfectionist, and that's one of my biggest imperfections because nothing's perfect. But on the same token, you know, I had to think about that, like, musically. Like, oh, my God, if I keep trying to perfect this shit, I'm never going to put this motherfucker out. So, you know what? Here. But I felt that it was right. I felt like it was the right time to do that. Like, my spirit be telling me when to do shit. So at the end of the day, like, whenever I get that feeling inside, like, all right, Chyna, go. It's like jumping double dutch. Like, you gotta go when the rope go up. You know what I mean? Like, timing is everything. So I just feel like right now is the time for it.
At what point did you ever feel like you just didn't want to do this rap shit no more?
Fuck no. Hell no. No, never. That's what the breaks are for. You, like, when you get, like, that feeling, like, oh, my gosh, like, like, you're supposed to be like, all right. It's like when a kid is, like, sad because they didn't get their way, like, and they throw a tantrum. Like, as a musician, we throw tantrums. Like, oh, this shit sucks. Oh, I'm not making good music today. Like, you know, if you feel like that, because I don't. But, you know, like, I don't like what's going on. I don't like how this feels, you know. Sometimes you get that. Like, you just don't like how it feels in that moment. It's just like, you know what? Take a chill pill. Leave it alone. Come back to it. When, you know, you back in your energy. Shit, go get a drink, you know, smoke something. Or if you sober, you know what I mean, go meditate. Do whatever the hell you need to do to get back to you. And then, you know, jump back in this shit. So I never felt like I didn't want to do it, you know, because I know it's my calling.
Right. We spoke a lot about energy. Energy, I felt, the energy creatively in this EP was on point.
Thank you.
How big is energy to you?
Shit.
And matter of fact, what does energy mean to you? Two-part.
Energy to me is just like that feeling. Like that feeling. Like, it's like that right or wrong feeling. Like, I don't want to call it conscious because it's not that. You know, it's just like you can walk into a room, right? And you'll feel something. Now, sometimes that could feel welcoming, or sometimes it's like, whoa, let me take a step back. That's your energy letting you know whether something's for you or not. You know what I mean? So that's my vibe when I'm talking about energy. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like a stoplight, like a traffic light. You know, some energy is like big ass red stop. Then you got some energy that's like, and try to fill this out. You might be overthinking this one. You know, like don't overthink it too much. Like just chill. And then some things is like, yo, we on go. We out of here. Like, turn up, you know? And that's okay. Like, so that's how I kind of, like, view energy. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's the red light, the yellow, or the green, you know?
Got you. Black woman. You are a black woman first.
Absolutely.
I never even, like, asked. I mean, you are our first female guest. So, salute. What does being a black woman mean to you?
And listen, I am a black woman. I said this last night drunk, right? And I was just joking. But it was a true ass fucking statement. I said, niggas be the plug on earth. I'm the divine connect.
Say that shit again.
Y'all be the plug on earth. I'm the divine connect. I'm a woman. At the end of the day, life comes through me. You understand what I'm saying? As a woman, I'm the closest thing to spirit. So, and then I'm a black woman on top of that. I'm even closer to spirit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing that I don't love about being a black woman. There's nothing, like, even in our pain, our struggles, and everything, like, you heard I'm not going to blow that up. But I had to touch on that on my album, on my EP, because as a black woman, it's just so much shit that we go through on a day-to-day basis, and then we're expected to do so much more. Like, we have to perform 10 times harder. We got to do so much shit, and it's like, dare we have a bad day? Dare we have a bad day? Like, it's not looked at as, like, a bad day. It's looked at like, she didn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's a fuck up. She's irresponsible. She doesn't know. No, bitch, I had a fucking bad day, motherfucker, like the rest of y'all. And I'm not saying that, like, not on a controversial thing, because I love black men. You understand what I'm saying? But in a sense, black men are pardoned a little bit when it comes to, like, you know, their feelings and emotions. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women out there that hold men to these weird ass fucking standards with their emotions. Like, they're not supposed to cry, they're not supposed to do that. Listen, I don't feel that way, because at the end of the day, if you believe in a higher power, you believe in source, you believe in God, you know that that's your partner. You know that that's your counterpart in life. So it's like, if that man need to cry, let his ass fucking cry. How is he gonna be strong in you if he can't even be weak with you?
Let that shit fester for a little bit. Let that shit process for a little bit.
I'm just saying, that's energy. And if I was going to put that in a song, that's big pussy energy, because, you know, some bitches ain't got to that level yet.
No.
But, you know, that comes from experience, you know.
How has a lot of the hardships you went through made this person that is sitting next to me right now?
Baby, listen. I've been through the fire. Like, I've been, like, I think I belong on the chain at this point, because I'm a diamond now. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through a lot of things. But you know what? Some things I would change, but then I wouldn't be here in this moment, because everything happens to line up for the next thing, for the next thing, for the next thing, for the next thing. And in my travels, you know, because I like to say life is a journey. In my travels, I realized my life was like a video game in a sense. Like, and no children, life is not a video game. You do not get another fucking shot, so don't play. But that's a ball. But anyway, see what I mean? Like, how could you question whether I could write or not? Like, it's just too fucking easy. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, it's a fucking video game, because you wind up, like, you ever play, let's see, what game could I say? Fuck it, Mario, for instance, right? You start at the fucking start. You a little motherfucker. You don't got no height on you, nothing. You just traveling through the shit, right? And then you might get, I call it the big man, right? So then you get the mushroom that makes you bigger. So now you the big man, right? So now you got a little something. And then, you know, that's your teenage life or whatever. Then you figure out your fucking special power. That's usually when everybody finds their fucking talent. You get a raccoon, you get a fire thing, you get a star, you get whatever. And then, you know, you use that shit when you need to get through, to get to the next level in life. So that's what happens with us. You understand what I'm saying? That's what happened with me. Like, I feel like everything that I went through in life prepared me for the next level. Because if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't know how to approach that situation. Or I wouldn't know how to get through that situation. I wouldn't know how to talk to that person correctly to get to the next level that I need to be at. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like your journey is your journey, and it's going to be your journey. That doesn't mean that you don't have the right to make different decisions to alter it. But I feel like regardless of the fact whatever happened in the past is in the fucking past. Is what you do in the future. You know what I mean? Whatever I've been through in my life shaped me. You know what I mean? So now I can have conversations with you about my past. I can have conversations with women about how to do this rap shit, or I can have conversations with anybody about certain topics because I've actually lived it and been through the shit. So now I can be like, well, listen, don't do that like that because that might end up like that. How you know? Because that's what happened when I did that shit. And I don't think you want that to happen. So go this way and try it like that. You know? And that's just something that has always happened to me. Like, people gravitate to me for advice. I hate that shit. But, you know, I feel like that's just another thing that God called me to do. So I just got to deal with it, you know?
I mean, you could be a vessel for some people.
This is what I'm saying. Like, but that goes along with, you know, the video game where you're picking up things along the way, because sometimes you may pick up something along the way that's not for you. It might be for your partner. You understand what I'm saying? You might learn something, and you're like, what the fuck did I learn this for? I don't even like this shit. And then you meet someone that's like, yo, I've been trying to do this for so long, and this, that, and you actually know how to do that thing. It's like, yo, so now you just shared a gift with somebody else, and now you don't know how that could propel them. So, you know, I feel like your journey, you know, in life, well, my particular journey in life, you know, it gave me those tools to help a lot of people in that aspect. So
it's like life. I like to look at it like we the director, we the star, co-star. I mean, the end credits is, you could look at it as like we're not, as far as like, you know, we don't. How do I word this? We're not responsible for, like, I guess, who's in our end credits, but it's like as far as like how we want our movie to go, it's on us.
Absolutely. Listen, I ain't even worried about the end credits. I ain't gonna be here.
Right, that's what
Fuck the end credits.
You said it. Yeah.
like I don't care about the end credits at that point, because it's like, I got to be in the movie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I got to be in the movie, and that's another reason why Hourglass was so relevant. Like, time is of the essence. Like, okay, my end credits. Let's talk about that. Like, shit. Do I want my legacy to just be this, or do I want it to be this? I think I want it to be this. I don't want, like, this label is cool, but I want that, you know? And I feel like, you know, once you get that eureka moment that it's time to go, like they say, when the student is ready to learn, the teacher appears.
Let that process for a minute, folks.
Listen, I got bars.
I just feel like Hourglass is definitely, I think it's definitely going to shake up the table.
Good.
You know, a lot of waking up it's going to do for a lot of different people. I mean, for those who doubt it, I feel like that's just silly. But
people doubted me. I didn't even notice.
but for those who might even like question anything, I feel like it's about to definitely wake up a lot of folks.
Well, honestly, I ain't even pay them motherfuckers no mind. Like,
because they're not even there.
The thing is, like I said, back to the energy thing, you know. When I put out my first EP, you know what I mean, I got a lot of backlash on it, in a sense of, like, people weren't willing to. Okay, let me say this. Some people, because the majority of motherfuckers love that shit. Like, I still get, like I said, my fans hit me up on a consistent basis and harass me for the next project. So, obviously, and I'm sitting here, so obviously, you know, I kick ass. But then,
we pay
you know,
attention over here.
Right. But then, you know, on the flip side, I had some people, and I think that's with everything. You know, you got some people that's going to love you, some people that's going to hate you. Who gives a fuck? I had people, you know, saying things about, oh, yeah, my imagery was demonic and all types of shit. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm saying this on camera. Shut the fuck up. Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't. If you don't like it, guess what? Turn that shit off. Fuck out of here. I don't care. Like, leave me alone. Go find something that you like. Go jerk off. Go fucking get a rose and enjoy yourself. Like, leave me alone. Like, I don't care.
The creative energy that you this creative space, that you are in, I feel it. The vibration is like amazing. That's coming from this side. Thank you. And I felt it. Like I'm saying it again. Just in that EP alone, you felt like this woman is like really loving to rap again. So salute to you, Chyna.
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to drop and get this out. And
listen, it's coming sooner than you guys think. Like, I'm telling you right now, from where we sitting right now, it's turned in already.
Okay.
It's literally one button away from being released. So, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with y'all like that. Okay. But, just so y'all know, it's definitely in the chamber. The gun is cocked. It's literally whether I pull the trigger or not. So.
Okay.
But the trigger is getting pulled very, very soon. I've plotted on a day, so.
2 things before we get out of here. Absolutely. One of the things I want to know from you is how do you want your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? How does Chyna Streetz want to be remembered as far as Chyna Streetz? Like, who does she want to be remembered as?
I just want to be remembered as the woman that wasn't afraid to be herself. I want to be known for my artistry, daring to go there. I want my artistry to be something that little girls listen to and be like, I want to be just like her because she's strong and she embodies everything. You know, she's not afraid to be herself, you know. When I was a little girl and I used to be looking out the window and listening to female rappers, you know, sorry y'all, but I gotta say it like that. You know, I was listening to women rap and shit like that. That shit, like, moved something inside of me. Like, yo, I can do this, too. Like, I know I could do this. I know I want to do this. I know I can do this. Like, it's lit, you know? And that shit just fueled the whole thing. So I want my legacy to be that same way. Like, I want to fuel that fire in other artists. And not just women, like, men, too. Like, I know my pen makes them want to fucking move their pen, too. Trust me, I seen it. I seen it. Yeah, I seen it. But at the end of the day, you know, I just want to be remembered for someone that went after their dreams no matter what. No matter what life threw at me, I overcame that bullshit.
Right. Give us a gem.
Fuck everybody. At the end of the day, going through life, everybody's going to tell you what you can do, what you should do, how you should do it, where you should do it, why you should do it, how it should be done. Fuck them. Unless they're really, really trying to help you, then, you know, whatever. But, like, don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do. Don't let anybody deter you from what you're doing. And always go with your first thought. Because 9 out of 10, that's a divine thought. Don't ever doubt the power of divinity. Don't ever doubt spirit. Don't ever doubt God. Don't ever, like, whatever you call God, you know, the universe, spirit, whatever. I'm respective of how people view God. But me personally, God is God. You know what I mean? And, you know, don't ever doubt what God can do. A lot of people doubt what God can do. They always think about what they can't do instead of worry about what God can do. So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Trust me, I'm living proof. I'm not even supposed to be sitting here right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Chyna Streetz. Hourglass dropping soon.
Hourglass dropping soon. King. Off this bad influence.
We're closing out, y'all. Chyna, I appreciate you.
Listen, thank you. That was fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, trying to give a different light over here.
Listen, you got to like, talk to these people the right way. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be like, yeah, you know, hard. Nah, I'm not hard. No. I am actually very soft. I am soft as fucking Charmin tissue. Let me tell you.